Right, this is going to be a completely change of pace, and this is going to be something very out of the norm. But that's what the aim of the game is, to sometimes step outside of your comfort zone. I want to talk about boxing, but before I talk about boxing, I'm going to talk about MMA, and it's going to lead into why I'm talking about boxing. There's so much talk right now about a super fight in MMA, and that's Anderson Silva versus George St. Pierre. We've already seen that dream fight in BJ Penn and St. Pierre, the rematch. It's highly likely we're going to see a lot of these super fights in MMA. I have more faith in seeing Silva and GSP, or let me think of another super fight, Silva and Shogun Hua, or Jose Aldo and BJ Penn. I have more faith in seeing those fights than this fight in boxing that I don't know if we're ever going to see. And that fight I'm going to talk about is Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. Yes, that fight. I remember watching Floyd box all the way up until his Ricky Hatton fight, and then when he announced his semi-retirement. And I thought that this guy was so good that it became boring to watch him fight because there just wasn't anybody that could beat him. And then along the lines, I'm watching this young Manny Pacquiao go up in every weight class and whack guys, blast guys, knock guys out, which is scary because it's not uncommon to go down a weight class and take your punching power with you, but it is uncommon to go up a weight class with bigger people and still knock them out and do serious damage to them. And as Pacquiao was going up each weight class, I was thinking, that'll be a really interesting fight to see. And then Floyd retired, and I thought, oh fuck, well I'll never see it. But then there was rumors going around. There was this rumor going around that if Pacquiao fights De La Hoya and beats De La Hoya, there's a possible situation that might involve Mayweather coming out of retirement to fight Pacquiao. So he fights De La Hoya and beats De La Hoya. He fights Ricky Hatton and makes Hatton look old. Oh my god, when he knocked Hatton out, Hatton was down for ages. It was almost like an Andrei Arlovski knockout, MMA reference. And then, funnily enough, at that same time, around the Hatton and Pacquiao fight, Mayweather announces his return, and he has that fight against Marquez, I believe it was, who everybody criticised because he was fighting a lighter guy in a lighter weight class. But to me, I saw it as a tune-up fight because obviously he's got to get himself back because he's been inactive for a year, so it's a perfect tune-up fight for him before he fights Pacquiao. And then it looks like that fight's going to happen, and then there's all these clauses and excuses. And a lot of people feel that Floyd is scared to fight Pacquiao. A part of me wonders if that is true, and I am a Floyd Mayweather fan, but I do wonder if he is ducking that fight. But then again, why should he be scared? Because it's a perfect fight for him. Floyd's a great defensive boxer. He moves back. He likes to bob and weave. He likes to counter. He's great at that. Manny likes to move forward. It's a perfect fight for him. But then again, styles make fights, and this is the perfect fight for the two of them. And I can understand the psychological warfare that went on in that, because when they were talking about having that fight happen, Floyd said he'd only do it if Pacquiao took an Olympic drug test, because he's saying he's suspicious of a guy going up a weight class and knocking people out, and he wants to know if that guy is on performance-enhancing drugs. Now, Pacquiao is obviously not going to do that because, as a lot of people say, who is Floyd to tell another fighter what to do? And in addition to that, it's almost like saying, okay, Floyd, I'll bend over and take it in the ass. It's pretty much what Pacquiao's going to be doing if he does that. And it's like kind of losing 25% of the fight just to appease Floyd's ego. So I understand that. But then, from what I understand, Pacquiao agreed to do that kind of testing. And then Floyd wouldn't want to do it and didn't want to do the fight. So then in the end, we got to see Pacquiao and Margarito. And he completely wiped that guy apart. I mean, what he did to Margarito's eye was scary. It was a scary fight. The size difference between the two of them was astronomical. And then to see what Pacquiao did to Margarito in that fight was, man, I thought Pacquiao was going to win, but I didn't expect him to do that to him. And now, as we move on into 2011, fans are going to talk about that fight again. and we want to see it. And we're getting Shane Mosley and Pacquiao, which will be a great fight. No disrespect to Mosley, but it's not the fight everyone wants to see. We didn't want to see him fight Clottey. We wanted to see him fight Mayweather. We don't want to see him fight Margarito. We want to see him fight Mayweather. And now he's fighting Shane Mosley and he's moving over to Showtime. And if he does win this fight, in my opinion, there's no excuse for them to not have this fight. This is something that hurt boxing back in its heyday in the 90s, and this is something that could continue to kill the sport. If they are not putting on the fights people want to see, the super fights, people are going to get fed up. It's like that girl that keeps playing hard to get. Uh, and if she keeps playing hard to get and she keeps fucking around, eventually the guy's going to get fed up, and the desire to want to be with her is going to die right down, and he's going to say, you know what, fuck that shit, I'm going to go find something else to do. And that's going to happen if they don't do it. I mean, to appease to both the egos of both fighters, people will pay so much money to see that fight. There's going to be so much mainstream appeal and so much mainstream press about that fight. I could only imagine what the HBO 24/7s would be like with the things they would say about each other. It has the makings for a great story, a great build up, and a great fight. And people will pay lots of money to see it. I want to ask all the wrestling subscribers out there, or my subscribers who are wrestling fans, is that a boxing fight match that you want to see? Or is that a boxing match that you think should happen, and do you think it's stupid that it hasn't happened? To all the MMA people out there who may watch boxing, is that a fight that you want to see, and do you think it's stupid that it hasn't happened? This is just me ranting in the middle of the night like a crazy lunatic, but there is some logic to my rant. The fact is, people want to pay to see it. We want to see the fight. Let the fighters fight. Stop being idiots. Let us see it. So, guys, let me know what you think in your comments, text comments, or video responses. It's kind of make some noise here on YouTube. So, let me know what you think, and I will get back to you very soon.